Hey guys, welcome back to the CDO YouTube channel for our interview career bite. This is an overview of what you should do before, during, and after the interview so you can get that job offer you've always wanted. After watching this, you'll know some interesting stats about interviewing, what to do before the interview, must-know techniques for during the interview, and what to do after the interview. At the end, you'll have some clear strategies for interview success. Let's begin with some interview stats. In the first 90 seconds, 33% of interviewers know if they will hire you or not. That means they make quick decisions based off of your affect, presentation, style, and personality. Those characteristics account for 55% of the initial impact. Now that's something to take note of. The candidate who gets the offer isn't always the most qualified on paper, but is the one who performed best during the interview. Try to be memorable and leave a good impression. Lastly, the number one question asked is, tell me about yourself. Now brainstorm with me for a few seconds. What types of things should you do before the interview? Some of you may have thought about doing research. You've probably heard this a lot, but what does it actually mean? You really need to gain an understanding of the company. What are their values? What's their mission statement? What services do they provide? What's their company culture like? This information will help you formulate answers that fit what they're all about. Personally, I like to use language they use since it shows I've read the job description and their website. For example, when doing my research, I may come across a value of integrity. I may think of answers to interview questions that integrate integrity. For example, if they ask me to tell them about a time I faced a challenging situation, I could say, in a past job, I was in a situation where I saw a coworker behave in a way that didn't fit the company's values. I felt that it was wrong and against company policy, so I reported it to the appropriate managers. Of course, the example or experience would have to be true. Also start thinking about what you want them to know about you. After the interview, what 3 words do you want the interviewer to have in mind about you? Do you want them to know you're excellent at qualitative analysis? Do you want them to know you're responsible and get your work done on time? What matches their goals and values? These are the types of questions you should ask yourself. Make sure to show evidence as well. Check out other CDO videos on how to use the SAR method to answering questions such as these. Some of you may have thought about preparation. Practice is key to doing well in an interview. It allows you to be comfortable with your answers and gets you thinking about what you might say. CGU subscribes to an interface called Big Interview. Big Interview allows you to practice your interviewing skills. They cover questions such as, tell me about yourself. You can also choose to practice questions targeted to specific career fields. If you're looking for a job in finance, they have a section on specific finance questions you may be asked. They also have tips on how to answer questions so you develop a strong answer. And you can record yourself and watch your nonverbal communication. This is a great resource for anyone who wants to know how to interview better. Simply go to cgu.biginterview.com to create your personal profile. So what types of things should you keep in mind during the interview? One major topic we seem to forget when practicing for an interview is nonverbal behavior. Your nonverbal behavior is what you say through your body language, and it can account for over 50% of the impact of your message. This includes having a firm handshake when first meeting and leaving, your posture, your eye contact, and a smile, looking professional, and listening. Listening is crucial so you know how to answer their questions. This example shows a good balance between all of these behaviors. Of course, you also want to consider your verbal communication. When asked a question, you want to answer it clearly and concisely. Interviewers hate it when you ramble on and include information that has nothing to do with the position or how you fit it. Use the SAR method we've talked about in previous career bites. Make sure to speak confidently. Interviewers know if you're excited about the position and company through your vocal cues. Speak about your accomplishments and why that puts you ahead of your colleagues. We're all looking for jobs, so what makes you unique? Also, always be honest. Never tell a lie or exaggerate because it usually ends badly. If they decide to probe more about it, you get yourself into a rabbit hole and may be found out. You can practice all of these on Big Interview and see how you compare to their right answers. After the interview, you're supposed to overthink every detail and beat yourself up for thinking up something new, right? No, that is wrong. There are still a few things that you can do to make yourself stand out to the interviewer. You definitely want to send a thank you email or letter to them. Simply say thank you for the time they have taken out of their day and give them a brief, I repeat, a brief summary of why you are qualified for the position. Make this short. They don't need to read an essay. You can also add that one thing that you thought of when walking back to your car. One mistake people make is not evaluating the interview. Nowadays, candidates go through multiple interviews, phone interviews, Skype interviews, one-on-one interviews, and panel interviews. Right after the interview, take notes on key phrases the interviewer used. Make note of any questions they answered as well. And do think about what you can do to improve for next time. So let's recap what we learned in this career bite. Before the interview, make sure to research the company, think about what distinguishes you from others, and practice. During the interview, be cognizant of your verbal and nonverbal behavior. After the interview, send thank you emails and letters and evaluate the interview. Be sure to come see us in the Student Success Center for interview help. You can schedule a mock interview through Claremont Connect. We have walk-in hours daily if you have brief interview questions or want your resume or cover letter critiqued without an appointment. Be sure to check the website for our semester hours. Watch our other career bites and workshops as well. And log on to Claremont Connect to book a personalized, private, one-on-one meeting with a career consultant to get ahead and get that job or internship you've always wanted. Good luck on those interviews. Hope to see you all soon.